Hey guys, this is Noir back again with another video. Today's video, I'm coming to you with another top 15 discontinued fragrances from within my collection. Now, I did this video, the same number, 15, almost a year ago next month. But now I have less discontinued fragrances. Some of the ones that were on that list I don't own anymore. And I have some different ones that are now on the list. This is pretty much the bulk of my discontinued fragrances. So let's go ahead and see what we have. Now these will all be discontinued fragrances that have been at least discontinued for a couple of years. So it won't be recent discontinued fragrances like Oud Infinite or that YSL Blue Electrique that came out one year and was discontinued the same year. Nothing like that. These are discontinued fragrances where the majority of them might be hard to find, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and get it going. I believe I have 16 here, but we'll see what we have. Number 16 is one of my more recent pickups, but it's one that I wanted for a long time. It's really not a type of fragrance that you have to think too much about, but somehow it's like coveted within the fragrance community. And this one is Mugler Cologne. This is one I've been wanting for a while. I didn't really have to track it down, but it was just more about how much I wanted to spend on it. Now this is the 300 ml bottle. So much of this is missing because I've decanted it into like a 50 ml sprayer. So I still have like 250 ml left. Mugler Cologne was released in 2001, and the notes on this one are Petitgrain, Bergamot, and Neroli. Those are the main notes on it. To me, I just really wanted it because I wanted another eau de cologne style fragrance. I can't wait till it starts to get warmer so I can have my list on that. I've been thinking about that for a while, but it'll be some time before it starts to get warm. And I've been really just in search for 200 ml plus bottles of great cologne style fragrances to get through the summer. Moving on. Next up is from the house of Dior, and this one is Fahrenheit 32. This is a 50 ml bottle of Fahrenheit 32. I did have Fahrenheit Aqua Fahrenheit, which was a great one as well. But between the two, I think I like Fahrenheit 32 more, so I ended up selling Aqua Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit 32 was released in 2007. It only lists 3 notes: orange, blossom, vetiver, and vanilla. And this one, I'll probably try to finish that this year. I have about half a bottle left of this, but this is a great flanker to Fahrenheit. Just keep it moving. Next up is from the house of Valentino. This is a Myrrh fragrance, but I have this a little bit lower on the list just because I just got it and I actually got this so my wife can wear it. And this one is Valentino Myr Absoluto. So this is a discontinued Myrrh fragrance. It is similar to Myrrh Impériale. So it's sweeter to my nose. It's not as put together, but it's nonetheless it's nice. It is one that's sought after, but I've seen a few bottles here, but I was able to get this one on a good price, so I just went on ahead and picked it up. Myrrh Absoluto was released in 2016. Let me double check. And the notes on this one are myrrh, vanilla, ylang ylang, leather, musk, and jasmine. Pretty much what I get is myrrh and vanilla. It's quite sweet. Moving on. Next up is from the house of Issey Miyake. This was one of my greatest discontinued finds before they had the fire down in the souk. And this one is L'Eau d'Issey pour Homme Yuzu. Long name. I just call it Issey Miyake Yuzu. This one is a great summertime fragrance. It's 125 ml. I still have quite a bit left. And this Yuzu one was released in 2014. The notes on this one are Yuzu, citron, mandarin, orange, vetiver, and cedar are some of the notes. I was so excited to get this. I don't know how much it's going for online, but it's gone out of stores for a long time now. I got this for less than $30, which was crazy. Moving on. The next fragrance is from the house of Stéphane Humbert Lucas. This one is also a new one. This is the Oud 777. This is a great, sweet, oud labdanum type of fragrance. This one was released in 2014. It has notes of oud, leather, and tonka bean. This one I got over the summer, over last summer. I wore it yesterday. It is a beast mode type fragrance, so 50 ml is plenty of this juice, but it has been discontinued for a few years now. Next up is from the house of Balmain, and this one is Vert. These couple of fragrances that I just mentioned, I had in my weekly rotation video. This one has Galbanum, Hyacinth, Oak Moss, Basil, Vetiver, Neroli, and this particular formulation was released in 1999. It's a gray green fragrance. This one I'm sure has been discontinued. I don't know how long, but I'm sure at least over a couple of years, because these bottles are this style of them are quite old. Moving on. Next up is another fragrance I wore this past week. It's from the house of Tom Ford, and this one is London. I've only kept a couple of my Tom Ford Prives. I only have like 2 or 3 of them. I think only 2 that are on this list. I mean, period, and they're also on this list. This was one that I had to keep. London was released in 2013. Notes on this one are cumin, oud, labdanum, coffee, black pepper, incense are some of the fragrances. Some of the notes inside of it. And this one is, like I said, one of the ones that I had to keep. Moving on. Next up is from the house of Lancôme. This one was one that I blind bought, and I'm happy that I did. Happy I came across it. This one is Cuir de Lancôme. I'm not sure what happened to my label here, but this one has been through a lot. I broke the cap, so I had to put this cap on it. It's a beautiful fragrance. Just because of the cap, I almost would buy a whole nother bottle, but I wouldn't be able to get it for the same price that I got this one for. So Cuir de Lancôme was released in either 2006 or 2007. The blurb says 2007. On the side it says 2006. This one has saffron, bergamot, patchouli, birch, styrax, orris root. This is a beautiful leather fragrance. If you like leather scents, this one should still be available at decent prices. You should give this one a try for sure. The next one up is from the house of Guerlain. This one is called Mouchoir de Monsieur, and this particular one is the male counterpart to Jicky. I have probably sold 3, 4, 5 bottles of this. The most recent one that I sold was one that I had opened, and so it was less than this, and I had a full bottle, so I got rid of the one, and now I'm going to work on this one. Mouchoir de Monsieur was released in 1904. So it was released after Jicky, which was released in 1889, around that time. This one has lavender, bergamot, verbena, tonka bean, vanilla, and oak moss. And this is just a great scent. It's funny because it has some similarities to Jicky, and both of them now, to my nose, feel like classic fougere, like masculine to me. That's just my take. So I'm happy to just keep one bottle of it. I think that'll be enough for me. Next up is from the house of Gucci. This is one that I regret only getting a 50 ml bottle of, and this is Gucci Pour Homme 2. So I could have got a good deal on the 100 ml. I had never smelled it, so I just went with the 50 ml. I felt like the 50 ml is a little bit more rare to find, but it's a great spring and summer type scent. It's a tea scent. It was released in 2007. Some of the notes on this one are vita leaf, black tea, myrrh, musk, cinnamon. And it's just a great one. I can't wait to wear this one. I could wear it now if I wanted to, but in spring and summertime I think would be a great time to wear it. Moving on. Next up is from the house of Dior. This one is the famed leather oud. This is a 125 ml bottle. As I mentioned before, the C and the D are separated, which makes it an older batch. This one was released in 2010. So the notes on this one are civet, leather, oud, beeswax, birch, labdanum, and clove. And this is a super animalic leather scent. So, if this one's still around, go ahead and get your nose on it if you like animalic fragrances. It's a Hall of Fame type scent. Moving on. Next up is from the house of L'Artisan Parfumeur. This is one of my favorite blind buys and one of my favorite discontinued fragrances, even though it's not my number one. And this one is Dzing. I love this scent. I love the quirkiness of it. It's a very fun scent to wear. Dzing was released in 1999. The notes on this one are leather, caramel, white woods, toffee, tonka bean, candy apple, and cotton candy. Now, as you see the woman on the bear here, so this is supposed to be a representation of like what it would smell like to be at a circus. So like animalic type notes mixed with sweet notes of like candy, candied apple, and cotton candy. This is a great scent. I don't know how much of it is still around, and this is the older bottle. It's not the oldest bottle, but it's not the one before the most recent designs that they had. Moving on. Now that we've broken the top 5, I think I can keep track of the numbers now. Number 4 on the list is going to be from the house of Amouage. This one is Fate Woman. This is a 50 ml bottle. I think that these bottles are awesome. They're very beautiful bottles. This one, as I've mentioned before, is probably my only regret of selling a fragrance. But then I found this older 50 ml bottle with a snap cap. Fate Woman was released in 2013. This one has cinnamon, chili pepper, incense, labdanum, benzoin, castoreum, leather. And this is like a floral chypre. It's similar, but not the same, but it has that same type of feel of like an opium or something like that. But just done in a completely different way. I love this scent. It's my second favorite Amouage at the moment. So let's keep it moving. Number 3 is my all-time favorite Tom Ford private blend, and this one is called Vert d'Encens. It's one of my favorite incense fragrances as well. And Vert d'Encens was released in 2016. This one has wood resins, pine, fir balsam, incense, heliotrope, and boxwood. Now this is a green incense type of fragrance. It does have a little bit of a corniferous type of feel to it, but it's not too much. Like there's a Javoy incense fragrance, and that one is just like too piney for me, but I just love this scent. I like the sweetness mixed in with the corniferous aspects of it. So that's number 3. This is my all-time favorite Tom Ford private blend. I saw Sebastian, he got the 250 ml decanter of it. I was like, wow, that's awesome. But I haven't worn this in a long time, and I still have a lot of juice left. Let's keep it moving. Number 2 this time on my list needs no introduction. This one is from the Armani Prive line, and this one is Myrrh Impériale, my 250 ml bottle that I can't keep, that I can't stop talking about. So this one, even this particular fragrance, I probably sold about 4 or 5 bottles of it because it was still available here when I first bought it. I think I bought it retail. I even bought this one retail, but it was like an old retail price. So it was like available. I didn't get any of them. I got one of them maybe from the gray. I got a tester most recently from the gray market, which was crazy. So I had to pick it up to try to sell it. But I bought most of them retail to sell. And then when I found this 50 ml bottle, I got rid of my 100 ml bottle. This one today I have at number 2, just because as far as discontinued fragrances are concerned, this one was more available. It wasn't as hard to find as this number 1 fragrance. And I don't know where this was on my last list, but I know that it was on there. But this one is number 1 today just because of how hard it was to find, how much I coveted it, and how much it lived up to the expectation. And this one is from Tom Ford. This one is Sahara Noir. This is a Grail incense based fragrance. It's a great one. I was glad I was able to find it. I wish I didn't pay as much as I did for it, because when I find them and then I get like a crazy deal on it, that makes it even more special to me. But this one, Sahara Noir, was a women's targeted fragrance. It was discontinued because I guess it didn't sell. It should have been marketed as at least unisex or men's. But I finally got it in my collection maybe 2 years ago by now. It was released in 2013. Labdanum, cypress, bitter orange, beeswax, benzoin, labdanum, oud, vanilla. This is a Grail incense based fragrance. Very few things have I anticipated and searched for and wanted and got, and it lived up to its expectation. And this is the number 1 fragrance that I've searched for and hadn't smelled and had to buy, and it lived up to, if not surpassed, my expectation of it. So that's my number 1. I'll give you one bonus, And the bonus one I'm going to throw in here just because it's not one that the name of the fragrance itself isn't discontinued, but this particular formulation is, and the smell of it is different enough that I think it should be considered a discontinued fragrance. And this one's from the House of Dior. This is Eau Sauvage Parfum with the black label. And this is the 2012 juice, 100 ml. So again, this one came out in 2012. Bergamot, citron, petitgrain. What makes this one different from the other one is the myrrh note in it, and it has patchouli and oak moss. And this is one I've been hanging on to as well. But this is one I got a good deal on. I remember after I bought this one, the same shop I went to when I was trying to find some other things. Maybe they had like some Muglers or something at the time when I was picking up on those. And I was trying to haggle with him for a price, and he remembered that I got this one, and he was trying to tell me, well, that one was supposed to be more this and that. So he didn't know till after the fact that, you know, what I had purchased. So I just put this one as a bonus because it's not one that is completely gone. It is available in a different iteration. So there you have it, guys. Those are my top 15 discontinued fragrances in my collection. I believe I gave you 17. What are some of your favorite discontinued fragrances that are either like hard to find or have been discontinued for a while? Or what are some ones that you're looking for? Please let me know in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.